Well, now let's hear her chat with very popular Ashlyn Harris.
This weekend, Orlando City is playing, and they're attempting to fill the bowl again. What do you think of the Orlando fans in general for both Pride and City?
I think the Orlando fans have been so incredible. They have brought such a culture to the city in such a short amount of time that it's so exciting to be a part of. The support for the men, the support for the women, the support for the city is just going to continue to grow. And to be a part of that now and to be able to come home and play in front of the people who where it all started is pretty unbelievable. I think the guys are going to have support that they need. I think having the 12th man, the crowd, is going to be huge. It's going to motivate them. It's going to keep them buzzing, wanting to get results and keep them hungry and on their toes. And I think that's what it's about. Like these crowds want to see results. So otherwise they won't keep showing up. So I think the biggest test for our guys this year is to keep pushing for a playoff run and keep these fans hyped and coming back and motivated to keep celebrating and bringing this environment that you really can't match anywhere else.
Yeah. It's amazing having now lived in Orlando myself for 10 years. All of a sudden, Orlando City is like the way that Orlando identifies themselves.
Everywhere I go, I've been in Orlando now, just got a house, maybe.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, for like the last 4 days. Everywhere I
really
go.
just got
Everywhere I go, people recognize me. And
People
that is
recognize you?
people are like, hey, you play soccer, don't you? We're so people in the food markets, we're so happy to come and support you and you'd be a part of this. It's like they feel just as much a part of it as I do, which is like the coolest thing. I think that's unbelievable because it's not just about us. It's a lot about them too, and showing up and being support system. So it's cool.
Yeah, because I'm kind of a little surprised because you definitely are the most popular, if not the second most popular. So it's like the first time that you are consistently recognized as a...
people recognize me at home in my hometown, but I haven't even played yet, and people are that excited.
Yeah.
In terms of they're just seeing stuff and advertisements and hearing the buzz, and people are like into it, and it gives soccer's like such a bigger thing than sports. It brings people together, and I think I can feel that pride. And
well, one interesting thing that in doing some research about you in terms of leaving, wanting to leave, these are based on interviews, and now it's interesting, and I think it's something that is kind of common that you've made it clear that you wanted to come back home. So what's that experience like, kind of, you're a kid and you want to go out and you want to see the world, and then it's almost like now you want to come back home. So
yeah, I think it's important to get out of your comfort zone, and I did that at a really young age, and I've played in Sweden, I've played in Germany, I've played in New York and DC, and I've accomplished all these great things, and I think it's time for me to come back and play in front of my family and play in front of my supporters and my friends, and that way when I'm ready to leave this game, I'm going to feel satisfied. It's going to all come full circle, and I'm not ready to leave anytime soon, but when the day comes, there's no place I would rather walk off than being a part of this club.
Now, you're coming from this team, which is 22, 23 leaders, people, and now you're going to be coming back to an NWSL team. How do you go from being, one of many leaders to one where you're probably going to be the leader on the team while you and Alex? What's that transition like?
To me, every day I show up and I give everything I have. My work ethic is what has gotten me this far, and I think more than anything, my love for the game and how hard I work will motivate the people around me more than my voice will. I think bringing this high level back to the club and showing good performances and what it's like to play at the highest level is not only benefiting, having responsibility on my shoulders, but really bringing them along too. Okay, this is what the level is supposed to be like. This is what is supposed to be demanded. So I think those things are great, but more importantly, when I first walk into a club that I'm not familiar with, I rather gain respect from my players around me, from how hard I work and the love I have and the sacrifices I make for them and putting them first, over going in there and just being on top of the totem pole. That doesn't work, and that doesn't get people around you willing to do the things you want them to do. So for me, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to work really hard for this team, and I'm going to give the city everything I have, and ultimately I'm coming to bring a championship to Orlando.
You're right.
So that's what it's about.
All right. Oh, and what do you think about going to Portland for your first game?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I can't wait for Alex to get booed. She's going to get booed the whole time.